Hello, all you lumberjacks out there, Anarchy Oak here, and today I am gonna play some Civ 5 for you guys. Um, I'm probably not gonna record this all at once. I'm gonna take a break of a couple of days between each recording. And I want you guys to tell me what you think of the game. This is my go-to empire. I choose China not for any particular reason, besides the fact that they have a great combat bonus. As you can see right here, the Great General combat bonus is increased by 15% and their spawn rate is increased by 50%. So I get 3 for everyone else's 2 Great Generals. The landmass I'm going to go with is, I'm going to go with an Earth kind of map. Kind of get a better feel for it. I'm going to do a duel, but that's only because I'm going to increase my difficulty level to 3. And we're going to keep it at a standard pace. Okay, guys, if you can't hear that, I just had a voice read over everything about the Chinese Empire. You can just go through and read it, pause the game if you have to, but I'm just going to start right now. So here's my settler unit, and with your settler unit, that allows you to make your first city. I'm going to start by moving my warriors, because this little area is where I want to put my settler, because in the long run, having this access to water is going to be very good. But having this forest as a work tile instead of as my city tile is going to be more beneficial. So let's move them up to the ruins and let's see what I got. So now you can see that now my warriors are now spearmen. If you go to ruins, you can find items that you can use for either your civilization or for whatever warrior unit runs into it. Now we're going to move these guys over here, and that's the end of our turn. After you found a city, one of the first things you'll need to do is choose a project that you want to do. And these are just research projects that will advance your city far beyond what they start as. So since I don't see any animals in my area, that's not really going to be anything that we really need to do as of right now. And I already have spearmen, so I'm not going to do archers just yet. I'm going to do some mining and wood cutting. So I'll be able to put these to use, and I'll be able to put a quarry over on this marble later on. And we're going to have the spearmen. They're going to go out and explore for us. And look, they already found us gold. That's going to be something very useful to get later on. Something else you'll need to do is you have to make a production for each city that you build. And your production is just what they have to be building over time. Like for the very first thing that you'll ever make for any of your cities is the monument. It's going to cost the least number of turns, and it's going to be overall the cheapest thing you ever make for your cities. And once you have everything done, and also right over here on the right, you're going to get a list of things that need to be done before you can end your turn. So now we're going to move them on over one more. And there's some wheat fields over here. Those would be nice to have. I'm thinking I could probably put the next one, the next city would probably be right about here, because we can get some sugar cane in there. Be very beneficial. Something I also want to show you guys is if you zoom in, you can kind of see what your warriors look like. Like, there's not much to look at. They haven't made a lot of character models for these yet, but as you turn them around, you can see more and more of them. And that goes for the cities too. Like, based on which empire you choose, it's going to base what your buildings look like, even when you eventually upgrade your city to the point where it's in the future. And if you take a look at my mini map real quick, you can see that we have lots of mountains surrounding us as of right now. Mountains, sadly enough, cannot be terraformed away, so they're kind of stuck there. Those are just really blocking us from expanding anywhere else. Another good thing about water tiles is, as you can see right here, is fishing. We can bring an income of fish. We'll bring food and happiness to our kingdom. Up here, you can see a nice little hotbar. Up here is our tech, our gold, our happiness, which, as you can see right here, I have 3 unhappiness, but I have 12 happiness, so it balances itself out. Right here is how long until our next golden age and how much culture our city has. Being myself, I always go strongly for culture and domination, because no one's really gonna attack me if I'm beating them down with an iron club. And right now we're mainly waiting for our mining to go down. And actually I'm going to head over to our city real quick, and I'm going to queue up them to make me a worker unit. Because we don't need a settler yet, because we don't have enough citizens in the city to make a new settler unit. And to make settlers, you need at least 2 citizens. As you can see, I have 1. And a lot of this stuff is just learn over time, which is perfectly fine. You're not expected to know it all at once. And as you can see, I've already made contact. I've already made contact with my rival Civ, which apparently is going to be Alexander of Greece. Um, I'm just going to make sure that he understands not to settle anything near me. And as you can see, he's as arrogant as he is in the history books. Goodbye. So over here are the Greek warriors, and down here is where one of my few allies are going to be. You want to expand your reach of allies before you take on your rival Civ, not Sim. There it is. So we're going to see, and they're also militaristic, which is very good for us, since I'm also a militaristic Civ. Okay, and it's also an irrational city, which means that it's going to have a more diverse requesting, which is going to be anywhere from destroy, Alexander of Greece to take out these barbarians near my camp. And it says they also have spices, so that means that when I'm trading with them, I can get spices from them, which is going to make my happiness go through the roof at this stage. And actually, I'm going to provide them a small. So here's your gifts of gold. So the maximum is 100 influence, but since we're on the very low stages, it's only 30. So once I have 250 gold, I could just gift it to them, and I'll be friends with them. And this will allow me to get units from them and even set up trade routes with them. Okay, and as you can see right here, Greece announces to the world that it is protecting Hanno. Attacking the city-state will greatly damage your relationship and may lead to war. Now, being me, I don't actually care if I'm led to war with the Greek warriors. And if you just right-click, you get rid of both of these. Oh, and look at this. He's already choosing to publicly denounce me just because I've made friends with the city-state he's protecting. So we're just going to tell him he's going to pay because no matter how many times they do this, I'm still going to end up beating them. No matter what I put it on, I always end up beating them down because no one seems to understand how much power you get. And now he called us bad as the barbarians. Okay, so two things just happened. I finished my research on mining, which gives me the able to construct a mine and chop down a forest. Um, I can choose my next research, but also right here, Beijing now has 2 citizens, which means I can start constructing settler units. Don't care about that though. Okay, one of the 2 things we can do is we can either go for masonry, which will allow us to build walls around our cities, and quarries to get marble and other things like that. Or we can move into bronze working and we can get one of the first wonders to be put into the world. Myself, I'm going to go into bronze working. And also, one more thing, here's the spearman. He has 2 moves, 7 strength. Archer, 2 moves, 2 range, 6 strength. Or 4 strength, 6 range. And again, as you can see, the spearman is just a farther down the tree than the archer. And I'm going to show you guys the actual tree. And for the most part, this is randomized. So like last time I played, I had the calendar all the way down here with theology. It's still going to be a steady process. It's all computerly generated. None of it's where it shouldn't be though. So yeah, I'm just going to go for bronze working so I can get this wonder put in. And we're going to move the spearman over here. And there we go, our first barbarian encampment. So we're going to destroy this and we'll get a small gift of gold and our unit will get experience, which we can put towards, oh, look at that, it's stalemate. So it means we have equal level between our 2 units. But as you can see here, on my next attack, I'm going to be the one winning, not him. So actually, I'm going to heal myself because more than likely they're going to try and attack me, which is going to work well in our favor. And it looks like Greek discovered some ruins. Or no, wait, I discovered them because they're in these little spices over here. So now we're just going to take these guys out and finish off these barbarians. And there we go. There's our small gift of gold for defeating barbarians.